Yo, what's good? What's been up, man? How's your daughter? My name is Reginald the R-Star, and this is Unabashedly Reggie's breakdown analysis of Eminem's Lucifer. Now, first and foremost, if you haven't checked the lyrics and rhymes highlighted video of Lucifer I did, please go check it out. I made a cool little intro using AI, and I'd love if you go peep it. And if you came from this video, welcome to the greatest rap breakdown you'll ever see. Now, Lucifer is the 7th song on the death of Slim Shady. It features Sly Piper on the hook. He previously worked with Eminem on Guns Blazing on Music to Be Murdered By Side B, another track produced by Dr. Dre. Indeed, Lucifer was produced by Dr. Dre, Callous, and Eminem. Now, this song, after 4 months, I gotta say it's my favorite song on the album. It has my favorite beat, a classic Dr. Dre banger, and it has the smoothest flow Eminem has done in years, especially that part about Candace Owens. And the beat switch up is amazing. And the wordplay, you will see there is a ton. Now, before we get to the breakdown, if you want to support, please send a super chat. Just click that thanks button. And as you will see, I make a lot of reference to old Eminem songs. So if you can catch some of them, just let me know in the comments. Now, on to the breakdown. Before I get banned, kicked off Twitter and TikTok because they're so damn TikTok bitter, they want me to bounce like a fabric softener. We just got rid of Ye. Go kick rocks with them. All right, now first, ban off Twitter. You see, this is a reference to this viral quote-unquote trend where Gen Z are listening to Eminem on TikTok and they are so offended that they are trying to get him canceled. You see, the internet is now a reality. Most of it is usually a vocal minority, because actually, according to a Luminate report from October 2024, by the way, Luminate is backed by Nielsen, which is a very reputable source for music sales. Well, that report showed that Eminem was top 3 most streamed artists amongst Gen Z. He was next to Rihanna, next to Taylor Swift, but not next to that Iggy though. So it's not true that Eminem is just for millennials, just not true. Here, the wordplay is a slang and a brand of fabric softener. Bounce is a well-known fabric softener. Fabric softeners are used to make clothes soft and reduce static, and the expression to bounce means to leave, so that's a reference to people wanting him to be canceled. And Ye here. Kanye West, known as Ye, has faced multiple suspensions from Twitter due to violating the platform's policies. The most notable incident involved tweets that were considered anti-Semitic. Kick rocks, it's an expression used to tell someone to go away or leave in a very dismissive or rude manner, tying in with people wanting him to bounce. But Dre on beats with the white-faced blonde D on the mic is like having Steady B and Cool C in the right, like we rap and did a little bank robbery on the side so they won't beef we can make like Bonnie and Clyde. Steady B and Cool C are rappers from Philadelphia who were active in the late 1980s and early 1990s. They were part of the first wave of Philadelphia MCs alongside Will Smith and others. They were part of a rap group called CEB, which stood for Counting Endless Bank. And maybe they wanted to count too many banks because both artists' career ended abruptly when in 1996 they were implicated in a bank robbery that resulted in the murder of police officer Loretta Verd, rest in peace. Now, Steady B received a life sentence while Cool C was sentenced to death, and as of today, he's still on death row, and I'm not talking about the record label. So that's why M is saying that him and Dr. Dre is like them doing a bank robbery because they're killing it as a duo. Bonnie Parker and Clyde Barrow were notorious criminals during the Great Depression, leading to the Barrow Gang in a series of bank robberies and murders from 1932 to 1934. They captured public attention due to sensational media coverage and their perceived romantic partnership. They were ambushed and killed by law enforcement in Louisiana on May 23, 1934. Bonnie and Clyde died at 23 and 25 years old. Of course, M has referenced this duo to describe himself and Haley on the Bonnie and Clyde 97 song on the Slim Shady LP. The wordplay here, Slim makes a homophone with the infamous duo Bonnie and Clyde and the verb collide, meaning he's ready to clash in battle with whoever wants beef. Mentioning the duo also continues on the bank robbery topic. Hey, by the way, if you're loving this, please like and subscribe to my channel. Come on, go ahead. Bonnie and Clyde, haters can meet the same exact fate as my dad. Wait, at least he didn't miss me graduate. Yeah, great. Eminem's father, Marshall Bruce Mathers Jr., left the family when Eminem was a baby. Maybe he was just a couple of months. Eminem has often expressed feelings of abandonment and anger towards his father in his lyrics. As opposed to his mother, Eminem never reconciled with his father before his death in 2019. On the song Leaving Heaven on Music to Be Murdered By, Eminem addressed his father's death. What I like here is how he pokes fun at the fact that he never graduated from high school or college. He's expressed concern in the past of not seeing Haley graduate, so a parent seeing their child graduate is important to him. But mom, do I still act 8? Maybe a little, Debbie, like a snack cake. Slut! You'll notice that in both the first verse and the second verse, you have the ad-lib of slut, and he talks about women both times. and makes a wordplay with his mother's name and snack cakes. Little Debbie is a brand of snack cakes produced by McKee Food, known for products like Swiss rolls and oatmeal cream pies. Fun fact, the brand's mascot, Little Debbie, is based on the granddaughter of the company's founders. But if this is what he do to his mom, imagine what he do to you. I'm a lunatic armed, and if it's you, I use the clip-on for you to respond. It's ludicrous. Ma, look at what your you to respond, Lucifer. Man, I love like how it's a nice little homophone in the bridge here, you know, with the you to respond and you to respond. As you can see in this short verse, there's not a rhyming pattern that he expands on a lot. It's mostly just 2-syllable rhymes, but I love the 3-syllable rhyme of Dre on the beat and Phase Blondie. Now, let's take a look at verse 2, which is probably my favorite verse on the whole album. The flow he took on that verse was simply incredible. And again, like I said, especially the part about Candace Owen. Let's take a look. I think someone messed my meds, probably. I bet it's my ex Molly that I've bludgeoned to death. Already severed the head. I smell the fresh scent of flesh rotting, so it's breakfast in bed if I wake up next to a dead body. I love how he says fresh scent of flesh rotting. That little fresh scent of flesh, it's almost a little bit of a tongue twister. Dope delivery. Cool little wordplay here. The name he chose for his ex-girlfriend is Molly because Molly is the name of the drug MDMA under its powdered form. As a pill, it's ecstasy or just X. So you see what he did here? X and Molly. Yo, that breakfast in bed and dead body gives major relapse 3 a.m. vibes because that insinuates cannibalism. Now with the beat change up, this is another dope part. It's very similar in words and rhymes to 3 a.m. Hallucinogens, brain contusions again, cutting and bruising the skin. Let's take a look. Multiple lacerations, contusions, abrasions, bruises, hallucination, delusion, abusive. My language uses, they lose it when Dre produces it. As soon as he plays the music, it's lunacy. Treat the beat like a choice. Shady, choose it. Yo, that wasn't easy to say. But look at this nice little simile he did. Treat the beat like a choice, and thus a homophone with the verb choose as in making a selection, and choose as in eating. Chewing, eating, the beat is another way to say that he's ripping it. Now all I see is $ losers. Bitch, I was in them trenches like them Columbine shooters. Trenches has 2 meanings. First, trenches refers to soldiers fighting in trenches, which were narrow ditches in the ground like in World War I. The expression to be in trenches means to be deeply involved in a difficult or challenging situation. Second, it refers to trench coat, which is a type of long waterproof coat originally designed for military use. This meaning ties in with the Columbine shooters who wore trench coats. The Columbine shooters were responsible for the tragic school shooting at Columbine High School on April 20th, 1999, which resulted in the death of 13 people. Of course, Eminem infamously referenced the Columbine shooting in his song I'm Back, which had lines censored, then uncensored when he rapped them on Rap God. I was down bad broke, almost abandoned hope. Now my followers are like a satanic cult. Yeah, they listen to me like when Manson spoke. They say I don't know struggle no more, that's a joke. Bitch, the fucking elevator in my mentions broke. Charles Manson was the leader of the Manson family, a cult that he formed in the late 1960s in California. He orchestrated a series of murders in 1969, including the infamous killing of actress Sharon Tate and businessman Lino LaBianca and his wife Rosemary. He did so by manipulating his followers to carry out the acts. Eminem is using Manson to illustrate how much influence he has on his fan base and how he puts the youth in hysterics by using his music to steer it. I have to walk like half a block to get a can of Coke. And Candace, wait, not yet to my favorite part. You see, in the previous lines, Eminem is addressing criticism that he's too rich and he can't relate to people anymore. It reminds us of how hard his upbringing was. Also, look at the alliteration here with the K, you know, get a can of Coke and Candace. Now, to me, I said it many times now. This is the best part of the song, is when he disses Candace Owen. The flow is incredible, and I just love the accents with act sound. Now, I'm gonna try to do my best like I did before to make it sound as cool. Then I'll talk about Candace. And Candace, so I ain't mad at her. I ain't gonna throw the fact bitch forgot she was black. Back at her, laugh at her like them crackers. She's back, and after it's back is third in a cute MAGA hat with a brand new White Lives Matter shirt. Or say this MAGA dirt bag in a skirt just opened the biggest can of worm on the whole planet. Her call her grand was her Candace, her grand dragging her like the national anthem. I won't stand for the trend, but I can't diss her because my plans are to get in her pants, and I'll blow my chances if I answer back to her. Oh, yo, I love that part. Oh my God, I love that part. Candace Owens, it's my Canadian accent, is an African-American conservative commentator and political activist known for her outspoken views and criticism of the Democratic Party. Owens has made several controversial statements about black people and issues affecting the black community. She has spoken against the Black Lives Matter movement, has worn MAGA hat, and she downplays the impact of racism and systemic inequality. During a congressional hearing on white supremacy, Candace Owens argued that white nationalism is not a top issue facing black Americans. For those reasons, she's accused of rejecting her own race by not acknowledging issues the black community in America faces. M's issue with Owens stems from Owens bashing Eminem for sending a cease and desist notice to then Republican presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy, who used "lose himself" during his campaign. She said that Eminem is getting older and gayer because of that. She actually believes that. She went on YouTube and played clips and songs where Eminem made gay jokes to support that claim. But hey, I gotta thank her because it gave us that dope as part, right? Now let's break down what he said about her. In this picture, that's what M is referring to when she was with Kanye wearing a White Lives Matter shirt as a form of disrespect to the Black Lives Matter movement. The terms Grand Wizard and Grand Dragon are titles used within the Ku Klux Klan, the KKK, a white supremacist hate group. Grand Wizard, this is the national leader of the KKK. Grand Dragon, this title refers to the leader of a state or region within the KKK. Each state or territory is called a realm, and the Grand Dragon oversees activities and operations there. In reference to the KKK, Eminem calls her Klandis, given her defending the impacts of white supremacy in America. Eminem continues to show his support to Colin Kaepernick by referencing kneeling during the national anthem to protest against police brutality towards black and brown people. I love how he says he's trying to have sex with her so he won't diss her, but he just does that. Now, moving from Candace to another woman who used to stick it in his craw. My shit is like taking Deborah Mathers out of word. Yeah, I'm that absurd. We had a spat, then afterward we squashed the beef like a hamburger patty, or should I say a gigantic turd. Eminem uses the expression squashing a beef, which means resolving a conflict or disagreement between people, to make a wordplay with the actual beef in a hamburger, which is squashed when preparing the patty. Indeed, with his song Headlight, Eminem has put an end to the feud with his mom, and now hopefully Haley will be at her funeral. Actress Amber Heard and actor Johnny Depp were involved in a highly publicized legal battle in 2022 following their divorce. One of the craziest allegations during the trial was that Amber Heard left fecal matters in Depp's bed. That's shit. Heard claims that it was a prank gone wrong, while Depp's side saw it as an act of malice. The expression, putting something or shit to bed, is the same as squashing a beef, but as he often does with wordplays, Eminem takes an expression and does a simile with the literal sense of that expression. Finally, Mattress Firm is one of the largest retailers of mattresses in the United States. Yo, speaking of dissing Amber Heard, go check out Lil Byte's Amber Heard diss. If you don't know Lil Byte, he writes incredible songs and creates videos using Eminem's voice with AI, but he writes all that shit and produces all of that. And I've reacted to his Stand Part 2. Go check them all out. Now on to verse 3. So whether you're friends or you are foe, far as bars go, even fucking retards know that as far as smoke with me, I don't think it'd be smart, so might as well go looking for smoke with Lamar, bro. But Marshall, looking for smoke means to look for beef. Given its recent beef with Drake, on the surface, it is a reference to Kendrick Lamar to explain that beefing with Eminem is a terrible idea. But looking for smoke with Lamar could also be a reference to former NBA player Lamar Odom, who has struggled with cocaine addiction and is rumored to have smoked crack. In other words, rappers who beef with him are as crazy as smoking crack. I mean, before they do that, they might as well beg Mariah to take them back. The next part, he used AI to rap with his Slim Shady Marshall Mathers LP voice, which he did many times on this album. Very creative and cool use of technology. You getting more perverse every time you record a verse, and it's like you came from 2000, stepped out of portal cursing, hurling horrible slurs towards the world, then why can't you make fun of people behind their backs like a normal person? That one made me actually laugh. Now, the next part, I love the little two-syllable rhyming you'll see with the E and I sound. But when you reach these heights, freedom of speech dies. With every line that I recite, then PC police try to throw me in the jail with no bail like a peace prize. Bail is a legal mechanism that allows a person charged with a crime to be released from custody while awaiting trial. It's usually an amount of money given by the accused to ensure that they will appear at future court dates. But while saying no bail, he creates a homophone with Nobel. The Nobel Prize, named after Alfred Nobel, a Swedish inventor and philanthropist, is a prestigious international award given annually in several categories. The prizes were first awarded in 1901 in categories including literature, chemistry, physics, medicine, and amongst these prizes, a Peace Prize. That's the wordplay here. And I love it because it's part of that rhyming pattern of EIs. What M is saying here is that the freest of speech this divided state of embarrassment will allow him to have is limited once you become famous, because all eyes are on you, and depending on what you say, there could be repercussions like being canceled. For all them years they reduced me to tears, that reminds me of Haley's song, "My insecurities could eat me alive. I act like shit don't faze me. Inside it drives me crazy. Try to shrink me to pea size only to see my self-esteem rise. Now these are my replies. They made me eat shit. I fed it back to them 3 times. Stepfather's the only one I ever been beat by. Although the song Stepdad was a fictional story, Emma said in the past that he was beaten by his mom's boyfriends. Squeeze mice like Burmese pie, thorn his for each time you sleep on the floor. Ho, you hear these strings climbs, and you have strings in the back. I love that. Burmese pythons are large, non-venomous snakes native to Southeast Asia. They are one of the largest snake species in the world, often reaching lengths of 16 to 23 feet and weighing up to 200 pounds. In the United States, particularly in the Florida Everglades, Burmese pythons are considered an invasive species. Now the final lines. To end the verse, M does this sewing, clothing, textile theme wordplay with homophones that's so dope, and I'll explain as I go. You reap what you sow, so first I must weave rhymes so seamlessly. Reap what you sow is a proverb meaning that the action you take will eventually have consequences, whether positive or negative. Originating from the Bible, this metaphor comes from agriculture, where sowing seeds, planting them, leads to more crop, vegetable, or whatever you planted. But Eminem makes usage of homophones with sew, S-E-W, from the verb sewing, which refers to the act of stitching fabric together to make clothes. When you sew, you create seams, which are the lines where 2 pieces of fabrics are sewn together. Seams will be used to continue this theme in the wordplay. Now, weaving is another method of creating fabric. That adds to the theme. So what he's saying is, in order to get results, he needs to write dope rhymes. And it's pretty dope how he ties this idea around wordplays. Then I'm a Levi's. Then we have 2 more homophones in Then I'm a Levi's. You can hear denim, the fabric used for jeans, and Levi's, L-E-V-I apostrophe S. Levi's is a well-known brand of denim jeans and other clothing, produced by Levi Strauss & Co., founded in 1853. Seriously, he did that seamlessly, and I think that's why he just said that. So dope. Denim, Levi's, yo. Levi's in a state of disbelief. My genius is a trait, so the gap's in our genes, right? At least it's what it seems like. And I'm Lucifer, Dre the producer for the Antichrist. Now, the following homophones are a bit more obvious. First, Gap, a reference to Gap Inc., which is a major American clothing and accessories retailer founded in 1969 by Donald and Doris Fisher. Gap offers a range of products, including jeans. Then jeans, not just genetic, but you have obviously the word jeans. Yo. What a dope way to end a verse. Amazing. Now, please let me know what are the other songs or other verses on The Death of Slim Shady you want me to do. But until my next video, this has been Unabashedly Reggie. Thanks. It's been real.